So, have you ever felt like everything's just crashing down around you and maybe you wondered if it was linked to something you'd wished for?
Oh, definitely. It sounds counterintuitive, but it happens more than you'd think. There's that old saying, right? Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
And there's a real depth to that. When we put a wish out there, or pray, or even just intensely yearn for something, we're actually kicking off a powerful process.
By sending a question out into the universe.
Exactly. You're putting energy in motion. But, and this is the core of our deep dive today, just wishing often isn't, well, enough to actually get what you want.
Right. So we're looking at why that is and maybe more importantly, how you bridge that gap between the wish and the reality. We're drawing on some thinking around ideas like a word about wishing and wishing isn't enough.
And the starting point, usually, is that wishing is important. It's seen as the ignition.
The spark.
Yeah, the spark. It gets the imagination going. It makes you ask those first crucial questions. Okay, how could I have this? Or when? Or what do I actually need to do?
That initial dreaming phase, sketching out the desire.
Precisely.
Oh.
Dreaming up the details.
And that feels good, doesn't it? That initial burst of hope and possibility. But this is where things can go sideways, according to these sources. That spark can lead to, what do they call it? Mental noise.
Mental noise, yeah. It's like a flurry of wishes. Lots of energy, but it's scattered.
Like static.
Exactly like static. If your focus is all over the place, if it's lax, nothing can really take shape or manifest properly.
Yeah.
You might have dozens of wishes bouncing around, competing even, without the focus work behind them.
So it's not just about wishing, it's about filtering that wish,
Yeah.
making it clearer.
That's a huge part of it.
Right.
Moving past just, wanting something and really sitting down to think, what is it I truly want here?
And the sources emphasize doing this unemotionally. That seems tricky. Wishes feel inherently emotional.
They really do. And it's not about removing emotion, I think. It's more about not letting purely emotional impulses drive the bus.
Because they can be unreliable.
Very. Emotional wishes can be, well, zealous, as one source put it. They can push you towards something that feels urgent now, but isn't actually right long term. They can lead you astray if you're not careful.
Okay, so how do we get that clarity, that sort of unemotional perspective on our own desires?
Well, the idea is to really probe the wish. Ask yourself
Sure.
why, not just once, but maybe 5 times. Why do I want this? Okay, and why that? Keep digging until you hit something fundamental.
Like peeling an onion.
Kinda, yeah. Until you get past the surface one. Maybe it's validation, maybe it's just fleeting pleasure, and find the core intrinsic value underneath. That's usually where the clearer, more stable desire lives.
Okay, so let's say you've done that hard work, you've dug down, found that less emotional core desire. How do you stop that from just fading away like another thought? How do you anchor it?
Right. This is where the concept of building an unshakable core framework comes in. It's super important.
An unshakable core framework. Okay, what does that look like?
It's about finding the common thread, the sort of common denominator running through your most important wishes or goals. It's the bedrock.
The non-negotiables.
Exactly. The things that won't change, even if you stumble, even if you face what looks like failure with a specific project. It's your anchor.
Can you give an example? Make it a bit more concrete.
Sure. Let's say someone identifies their core framework as to empower others through knowledge. That's pretty broad, right? But it's solid. It's about their fundamental drive.
Okay, got it. Empowering through knowledge.
So once that base is set, that unshakable core, then you can create subcategories. And these are more flexible. These can change over time.
Ah, so these are the methods, the how.
Precisely. So under empower others through knowledge, maybe a subcategory is start a YouTube channel. That's a specific method.
Okay.
But maybe YouTube doesn't work out for them or their interest shifts. Because the core isn't be a YouTuber, it's empower through knowledge. They can adapt.
So they could pivot to, say, writing a book.
Or offering workshops or developing a course or mentoring. The methods, the subcategories are flexible and can evolve. But the core intention, that empowering through knowledge, remains constant.
That makes a lot of sense. It builds in resilience, doesn't it? Failure in one method doesn't mean the whole dream collapses.
Exactly. And it means every action you take, even small ones, can be seen as contributing to that larger vision. It gives structure.
Which brings us neatly to the next big piece, I guess. We've got the clear wish, the framework, but wishing isn't enough.
That's the absolute bottom line in all this. Wishing, praying, intending, it's vital, it's the start, but it's not sufficient. You have to act.
You have to put in the work.
You have to put in the work. Consistent, focused effort is needed to actually achieve those dreams.
And consistent, focused effort can sound daunting. Does it have to mean huge leaps?
Not usually, no. It's often not about grand gestures. It's about the small, steady steps.
Like with the empower through knowledge example.
Right. Maybe their consistent action is just researching for 30 minutes a day, or writing 500 words,
Yeah.
or reaching out to one person. Small things done regularly.
So breaking it down, making it manageable.
Yes. Each of those small actions becomes a building block. You're literally constructing a bridge from the wish in your mind to its reality out in the world.
You're building the manifestation.
You are. Each action makes it more real.
And doing that, taking those steps, presumably helps avoid that awful crashing down feeling we talked about at the start.
Absolutely. Because you're no longer just passively hoping and feeling powerless when things don't magically appear. You're actively involved.
You're generating a sense of progress.
Exactly. You cultivate a sense of accomplishment, of fulfillment with each step, even the tiny ones. You're replacing anxiety with agency.
So it's a shift in perspective, too, from waiting to creating.
It's a fundamental shift. You realize you have the power. You're not just subject to fate or luck. You can turn those wishes, those intentions, into tangible triumphs.
It really puts the power back in your hands.
It does. You have the capacity to build your reality.
So the key takeaway here feels like your dreams aren't just these abstract things floating out there.
Not at all. They're waiting for you to call them into being.
Through that focused intention and the deliberate action.
Intention plus action.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Your dreams aren't just out there. They're waiting for you to actively build the path towards them.
Yeah. So maybe ask yourself, what's your unshakable core framework? What's that deep down goal?
And then, what's one small, concrete step, something aligned with that core? What step are you ready to take, maybe even today, to start building that bridge?